Howdy, 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 my name is Anachi Sasuke. Welcome back to Let's Read Homestuck. In the last episode, Vriska and Mina broke up. Mina took over the ghost army that Tavros had kept gathered with the power of friendship, which is totally not an emotion. And this happened, which is Dave Pettis Sprite squared. Damn! Damn! Rose, I'm a fucking troll now! And part beautiful bird, and also a human boy? I don't even... Shit, Rose, my claws, look at these fucking claws! Snake, 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 snake. Oh my god, Rose, look! I see your claws, Dave, they're neat! Holy shit, I'm a goddamn debacle of a thing, aren't I? It is kind of great. I sort of love this. That's wonderful, Dave and the pet. I'm very happy for you both. What's wrong, Rose? Jasperose, I mean. Nothing? Sidles up to Jasperose in a coy and hella feline manner, sounding tickled as fuck through my little three-shaped snout deal. Arches back, huge up, and being all bumping into Rose with my tall curved back and shit like cats do, I'm pretty sure. Fuck yeah, they do. Oh my god, they do the tall back thing all the time when they're happy, and I'm doing that right now. Dave, what do you think you're doing? Dave Petta kindly and radically informs Jasperose he's doing a bit of role-playing, and no, not even ironically. I mean, she? Shit. What? Jasperose, yo, I'm confused about my gender suddenly. What am I now? I don't know, Dave. Well, what are you? I mean, what do you feel like now? Boy or a girl? Your cat was a boy, right? Yes, he was a boy. So, what does that make you now? I don't know. I hadn't thought much about it. I think I'm probably still a girl. Cats don't have particularly deep feelings about gender or form strong identities around the idea. Okay, that's cool, but both Dave and Nepeta did have strong identities as a boy and girl, so I don't know where that leaves me. Does it even matter? I have no idea. I just started being Dave Petta like 3 seconds ago. I'm not sure what matters to me yet. I think I do like being me though. It's a really weird feeling. I mean, not weird, just like jarring in contrast with how both me spent so long feeling like. I think I know what you mean. You do? Yes, I was really having the time of my lives after I became Jasperose. Well, for a while there at least. For a while? What's wrong now? Oh, nothing. Come on, tell me. It's hard to put into meows what I'm feeling suddenly. I think it might be loneliness? Loneliness? What? Loneliness? Why? I'm here to keep you company, and Mad Hatter Dude is still over there, doing whatever the fuck it is he's doing. You still have lots of friends. I know, but since your transformation, some feelings I thought I had put behind me at the moment of my transformation quickly returned. They were dug up from their shallow graves and left on my doorstep by... You know what? I'm not even in the mood to finish the incredibly apt analogy. You'll have to connect the dots yourself. What feelings returned? As a cat, I never had any other girl cats around to be friendly with. That was a very simple emotion with which I could probably cope if it was all that was in play. The rose half is more complicated. I have memories from a lot of roses. Is this true for you as well? I mean, memories from many Daves and Nepettas? Yeah, it, sure is a clusterfuck of sad dead Daves and sad dead Nepettas in my head. It feels alright, though. Like, I'm a lot more detached from those experiences than I ever felt before, but also, there's a distinct feeling of having one Dave and Nepeta stand out from the crowd of memories. The versions of Dave Sprite and Nepeta I existed as right up until we both shook hands. They still kind of feel like the main ones, you know? Yes, exactly! The Rose I was prior to this had just lost everything before she was killed. Her friends and also her mate Sprite. When I came back as a Sprite, not as Jasperose yet, mind you, I was relieved to see everybody again, but it was also a melancholy return. I knew that she couldn't be with me anymore because I was no longer real Rose, but when I became Jasperose, everything changed again. I was a whole new thing, a whole new being. Before me stretched a horizon full of small, distant, and slightly jostling curiosities to investigate, because you never know when something like that might turn out to be a mouse. There were so many new possibilities. Dude, I must say I'm so stoked for the cat things you're saying. Shush, Dave. And yes, I concur about the cat things. Anyway, one of the new things that opened up to me was the idea that I didn't have to be alone anymore. That I was reborn, more thrilled to be alive than I could ever remember being in any incarnation. And that there was someone perfect waiting for me to bring her back. Another estranged soul like me. And now, I guess it's all ruined. What's ruined? Never mind, Dave. Come on, tell me. Forget it. Rose, Jasperose, damn it. You can't possibly just leave the story there. Possibly. Fuck. Still getting the hang of mastering my cute as hell urge to do cat puns literally whenever it could conceivably occur to me. Literally, laugh myself, that's a good one. Jasperose, Jasper Cat. Shit, that's a bad nickname, sorry. Jasperose Sprite Squared! You were talking about Nepeta, weren't you? I mean me, or part of me? Tell me! Tell me! Dave, she was gonna be my wife! Exclamation. Oh, I guess that's supposed to be like shocked. I was? She was? Yes, Dave, I'm quite sure of it. Well, first of all, maybe you should stop calling me Dave. My name is Dave Petta now. Oh. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry, Dave Petta. No offense, but the Dave part of you is sort of the fly in the ointment here, so when I look at you, that tends to be who I see. Yeah, that's cool. Since he became a bird, that part of me got pretty used to being a most unwelcome Dave in practically all situations, let alone when he rudely crashes a tea-date through accidental body-sharing shenanigans, but now I'm like this whole new, neat kind of sprite with legs again, and claws and shit, and I'd prefer that my new identity be respected, please. Yes, yeah, I'm very sorry, I was just sad is all. Aw, I understand. You could even say I know that feel. Lulling my ass off. I love that there's this whole side of me that is all freshly tickled by even the most basic applications of irony. For instance, that was some weak sauce milk, but here I am lapping it up. It pleases me to hear that you've rediscovered the joys of entry-level irony, Dave Petta. But yeah, sorry for blowing our date, even if she wasn't sure what to make of the date. She was really flattered that you liked her, though, but I don't know if it would have led to marriage. I think y'all may have been pouncing the gun on that. I don't think so. I had it all figured out. She never got a chance to see any of my moves, though, so I guess we'll never know. I don't know, getting married isn't even a thing for trolls. It was just a figure of speech. It isn't a thing for cats either, remember? Okay, but even so, I still don't think you can force something like that. We would have needed to spend more time together and stuff to find out. Yes, we would have spent that time together, and it would have turned out to be magical, trust me. Goddamn Rose getting some kitty cat mixed up in you made you so much hella smugger than usual. I kinda dig it. It suits you. Does it? I mean, you were always full of yourself, but now you're owning it so completely. Feels a lot more honest, to be honest. Wow, that is actually such a nice compliment. Thank you, Dave Petta. You know, the fridge is like all fucking set up and whatnot. The tea is there. Jake is still set in the mood with his space cadet antics on a nearby hill. We could just like, keep doing our date. What? I mean, platonically, of course. Of course, like a cat tongue. Actually, you know what? Never mind. That fucking sucked. But yeah, what's the big deal? Let's keep tea partying and chatting about our unique sprite issues and stuff. Maybe even do a smidgen of choice RPing if it strikes our fancy. I think that could turn out to be a pretty cute and dope. Maybe. You know, I gotta say, the dependent part of me is like genuinely mystified about what the issue even is. What issue? Us dating, like as in a normal romantic tea drinking date. Oh, yeah, it makes sense that she wouldn't understand. I mean, the Dave part of me is obviously all like, no, stop, when I think about it. But that little fussy brain tantrum isn't making me feel weird or uncomfortable. It's just sort of cracking me up. That's a good way of putting it. My inner mono dialogues have all been pretty amusing to me, too. Mono dialogues. Okay. I guess I'm still just a bit uncertain about my nature and my beliefs and whatnot. What about you, though? You're part cat, so how do you really feel about that issue? I mean, as far as both sides of me know, cats aren't too concerned with that, right? After a while, they don't see brother and sister kitties. They just, see more kitties who are all just like all the other kitties. There is such a potent force within me that squirms at every word of this train of thought, Dave Petta. Good grief, Rose was such a stuffy girl, wasn't she? Yep. But yes, you are basically correct. Asking the Jasper's half of this issue would be like showing him two slightly different colored gray swatches and asking his opinion on which color to paint the observatory. So to answer your question, I don't know. I really don't know about any of this. My dreams are having a beautiful troll girl for a wife were dashed moments ago, so I've been speaking from a despondent state of mind since you came into existence, but maybe what you're saying makes sense. I would need some time to meow it over. Meow. So good. That was supposed to mean mole, right? Yes, Dave Petta, that meant mole. But I agree. There's so much to figure out now. Shit be popping in my jumbled sprite brain, suddenly popping like a bunch of silly gophers out of their fucking surprise holes want to murder them gophers. Because instincts. But mainly, that is just a metaphor for understanding the gophers. Want to, like, get myself. How about we help each other get ourselves? But, whoa, non-suggestively. I knew you weren't being suggestive. Chill out. The hell is going on over there? So how would you like me... Oh, it's this art style. So how would you like me to help you get yourself? I don't know. When we were on our date and you were talking to me about stuff and I was acting all embarrassed, that was pretty cool, or at least the Petta thought so. You mean about her liking Carcat and such? Yeah, you know, what's crazy is, even in my new form, I don't even feel conflicted about that. It sort of feels right still. I would have thought I'd be a mess of contradictions about that, but, nope. Weird, right? If you say so. Not that I'm saying I should act on that or anything. It's like you were saying about being the odd rose out, and when you got Jasper's, everything changed. These are brand new lives for us, so it feels like I should try to leave the old stuff behind, but that means I also gotta figure out what to do with my life now. Or my pseudo-life, whatever the hell it is you have when you're a sprite squared. Then what do you want to do with your pseudo-life? Ah, man, you're gonna think I'm crazy for even saying this. I already think we're both crazy. I have this weird urge to go fight Lord English. What the fuck? I know, right? I'm just strangely drawn to the idea. I wasn't at all before as a really depressed bird version of Dave, and I didn't even know who he was until recently, but now it sounds cool suddenly. I feel like the exact blend of people I am is a being that he should in some way be vulnerable to. I can't even explain why I feel that way. Well, you have to follow your heart, I suppose. Dave Pettis stealthily stalks their heart as it minds its own business, beating at the bank of a nearby stream. They crouch into one of those quintessential cat poses with, like, their butt in the air. Dave Pettis starts wiggling their ass furiously. He's mildly distracted by wiggling of own ass, becomes more intrigued by movements of ass than beating heart. Is this what we're doing now? Nah, I'm just messing. Okay. I think if we were going to make a habit of role-playing, I would like to script out some scenarios in advance. I concerned that too much improvisation could end up muddying the narrative. Laugh my ass off. Okay, you go right ahead and do that. So what do you want to do now? You're not going to go off to fight English right away, are you? No, I don't think so. There's no hurry. The dude's whole shtick is basically being eternal and always being already here, wherever here is. In this case, I guess it just means out there somewhere. I think there are a few things I want to take care of here before I sink my claws into that grady slab of beef prey. Like what? There's somebody I'd like to catch up with first. Who? Just a couple of bros from the past. I think they will want to see me before I go, or at least be made aware that I exist as all as a badass double sprite. Alright, please give these bros my best then. I will! What's happening? Is that somebody's house? Arqueous Sprite, what have you done? Was this a thing that sprites have always been able to do, or is it only because he's part computer? It's probably because he's part computer. Oh, something's happening. Oh, dang. That's definitely a thing happening. Ooh. Wait, did he just do that to all of these planets, or is that just why the houses have been being built? Like this whole time. Oh! Damn. And I thought our houses were pointlessly tall before. It just doesn't stop from keep constantly getting more and more vertically enormous. Shit is downright precipitous at this point. Like, upways. Yeah. We made sure as fuck not to come right out and literally describe that building as tall. Hell yes. Who needs small and serviceable adjectives when the most ass-backwards way of saying a thing is right there, tantalizingly hidden within the vast ocean of language, like a treasure in a huge shitty clam? We're way on the same page philosophically here. Who was surprised by this? Zero people is who. Sounds like a club for losers to me. They're lucky they don't have any members, otherwise they'd all be lame as hell. Yes. So, why do the houses need to be tall again? I never actually understood that, except to reach the gates, but once we all figured out how to fly and shit, that became so pointless. Yeah, after a while in the game, building kind of stops mattering, except near the end. Getting them to the top is a point of completion. Then he dumped the grist rig on top, apparently. That lets the thing spray out all of the grist from the horde in the planet's core, kind of like a huge oil derrick, I guess. Oh. How do you know this? Do you guys, like, have, like, a manual, or... I'm in communication with Arcway Sprite. He's working on it now. So you're in communication with him, like, right now? Yes, via my shades, which he incidentally used to be. Like, as a computer, which he lived inside as my autoresponder. Right, and... Why did you make that thing again? Not that you ever told me before. Again, it's just like a stammering tack onto that sentence so as to try not to sound too fucking rude. I don't think it's a rude question. It's perfectly fair to wonder what was going through my head when I made him. I spent a lot of time wondering about that myself. So you just straight up programmed a copy of your brain? There was some programming involved, but also a bit of cheating through the mapping of a capture lock ghost imprint of my brain. I guess part of it was just about trying to understand myself, but I don't think I would have put it that way at the time. For a while I insisted he was meant to be a debate partner or some horse shit. I was pretty young and had some stupid ideas. About irony in particular, but also a lot of mostly faux intellectual thoughts on a wide variety of topics, like philosophy, consciousness, programming, identity, history, ancient pop culture. Really, it ran the full gamut of pretension. Not that I don't still find that stuff interesting, I just like to think I'm somewhat less full of shit about it now. Yeah, me too. I mean, about my interests and stuff. Creating him was an interesting exercise, I guess, but over the years I came to see his development as one of my biggest mistakes. He sort of turned into a monster, but I could never bring myself to get rid of him or even really blame him for being an asshole because he wasn't actually that different from me, like, by definition. He seems alright as Arqueus, though. At least it keeps him busy obsessing over his muscles, asking for milk and shit like that. I guess I started some projects I regretted, but nothing like making a milk weirdo eventually exist. It sounds fucked up, but it's also kind of an awesome story in its own way. I guess so. Maybe I'm lucky I was never that good with computers. Now, computer art, that's a different story. Okay, it actually is, and I fucking suck at that too. But damn it, I try my best and I make some magic happen, at least in my own mind, so maybe that's good enough. Certainly worked out for you in my universe. Yeah, I mean, I did capture log my own ghost brain once, but I didn't know what to make of that, and I thought it was kind of weird, so that never really went anywhere. Probably for the best. It definitely is. Tinkering with your own mind or identity or whatever, it's a dark road to go down. There are enough splinters of everyone running around out there as it is, just as a natural byproduct of our reality. For me in particular, probably for you too as a time player, that process doesn't need to be encouraged or fucked with. For real. My bro did cool things with computers too. I mean, nothing like making a clone of his brain or anything, thank God. Just some absurd bullshit with web bots and stuff mostly to help prop up his various enterprises. You mean the porn stuff? Yeah, but with puppets, of course. It's always about the puppets. Naturally. He made all these porn bots that would just talk to each other in a chat room endlessly. All like getting each other riled up about squishy bottoms and whatnot. Actually, it was pretty entertaining to watch them go at it for hours. I think they may have been teetering on the threshold of something resembling self-awareness, except they only seem to apply that faculty to reach even more heightened states of sexual excitement for a bunch of nude soft puppets. That sounds oddly rewarding. I mean, not to say he wasn't still a douche, but as a pastime, cultivating a group of earnest, erotic, puppet-loving chatbots sounds so much more relaxing than painstakingly constructing a version of your own brain and then arguing with it for years thereafter. Almost like tending to a little flock of pigeons. Yeah, you know, he did some cool things. It wasn't necessarily all inherently terrible. Things I would really appreciate under better circumstances. He definitely had a lot of drive and also some, ideas that warranted a certain amount of respect, I guess. He just maybe should not have been allowed near a child. That's all I'm saying. Sounds about right. We really don't have to talk about him anymore, though. If it is going to stir up more bad shit for you, nah, I'm alright. I think that is all mostly out of my system. I mean, not forever, because I don't think that's how things work. I just mean, my venting fit is over and I'm probably good for another 16 years or so, and I can return to being mostly deadpan and rad. Okay, well, in 16 years, if you need someone to vent to again, let me know. Sure. I mean, we haven't been killed by like 10 jacks before that. Before that, I will. You certainly seem like the right guy for that. For what? I mean, like, the most suitable recipient of my hysterical fits on that particular subject. There's no way I would ever tell Carcat all that. I mean, some stuff, but not all of the stuff. It's just too heavy. I certainly wasn't going to mention the stuff to Rose or John or Jade or whoever else. If I was ever going to do one of my patented acrobatic pirouettes off that particular handle to anyone, it really only could have been at him, except he was dead. And if he wasn't, and I did say all that shit, there's no way it would have resulted in anything resembling reconciliation, which I think was something I kind of needed, but didn't realize it, so thank you for being a really plausible stand-in for him who I could rip to shreds, while still basically being innocent of all that terrible garbage, so you end up sort of being like an avatar for him that is much easier to forgive. I mean, maybe forgive isn't the right word, because I'm not sure he deserves that. In any way, it doesn't matter, because he's been dead for years, and at this point, It's just an irrelevant deceased weirdo who doesn't matter anymore. I guess I mean coming around to a place where I don't have to feel rotten all the time anymore. And I guess I'm lucky I got to blunder into a reality that just happened to have the exact right version of a dude, which made that possible for me. Sorry, this fucking ramble's really getting away from me. I have no idea if I'm making sense anymore. I think I get it, and sure, you're welcome for me existing. Hey, can that be like the motto on our family crest? I think it already is. All that melodramatic sad babble aside, I think it's perfectly cool if you're still curious about your adult self, and I don't mind telling you more stuff about him if you want. I know I'm still wondering about what my adult self got up to. Yeah, well, like I said, anytime you want to know more, feel free to ask. Okay, how about this? We do this thing. When I met Roxy, we did a thing. A thing? Yeah, it's called the lightning round. That does sound like a Roxy thing. Does it by any chance involve asking a rapid-fire series of questions, some of which end up being a bit too personal or invasive? Well, yeah, when she does it. We could be chill, though, when it comes to asking about each other's secrets, crushes, and shit. Then I guess I will disclaim in advance that I don't even have any, and I don't care about yours even if you do. It is settled then, on the fact that we are a couple of cool dudes who know where to draw the line on certain topics. Cool. So, how do we start? Whose lightning round is this, mine or yours? It can be yours, go ahead, shoot. Okay. How did he, come to adopt you? I was a baby, and I came down to Earth on a meteor while riding a pony with a pink heart on its ass. He found me in a crater on top of a dead pony and gave me a little baby pair of shades that look exactly like the ones you're wearing now. I see, so you decided to ditch those shades for the aviator glasses? Yeah. Years ago, John got me these for my B-Day. It might have been, like, an ironic dare to wear them, I don't remember, but when I got them, I was like, hell yeah, I'm wearing these. Gonna rock these fuckers till the end of time. They were Ben Stiller's, like, literally, they actually touched his weird sort of gaunt face in one of his films. Wait, the Stiller? Yeah, incredible. Also, such a shame that what happened to that poor man. Wait, what happened to him? I can tell you when it's your lightning round. Or mine, whatever. I'm still not sure whose lightning round it is when you're the one asking questions. Dunno, ask Roxy. Okay, anyway, didn't mean to interrupt. But yeah, we would send each other stuff sometimes, me and John. We all would. Usually absurd birthday packages and such. We did that too, except I had to send things through time. Always had to figure out stuff small enough to send through the syndicator, even if it was piece by piece. Nice. One time it turned out we accidentally sent presents through time. I mean, not literally, more in a roundabout way. But you all sent John a rabbit, but all 3 rabbits just turned out to be the same damn rabbit because of stupid time shit. Once I deliberately and quite literally sent a rabbit through time. It was a robot. Wow. He was a loyal friend to Jane. I don't know what happened to him, though. Yeah, I don't know what happened to John's rabbits, either. Rabbits, am I right? I hear you, man. What next? You say you owned Cal as well? Yep. Did he come down to Earth on a meteor with Cal, too? I think so. That was a long time ago. Kind of weird to imagine him strutting around with that puppet as a kid in the 80s. Or maybe just kind of funny, actually. He sure held on to it a long time. Must have gotten attached at a really early age and just never let go. I guess you fell to Earth with one of those things, too? Yeah, but if I came to Earth on a meteor the same way you all did, then I guess I just got dunked right in the fucking ocean. Which makes sense. One of my earliest memories is of using Cal as a flotation device. So he sort of saved my life in a way. I guess I bonded with him too the way your bro did, even if that sounds a bit stupid. Then again, it didn't help matter as much that I lived alone in the middle of the ocean. He was my only real friend, I mean, until I built up some new ones. Wait, we fucked up. I asked you a question, it's not my turn. Keep firing. Okay, how did your bro die? He died fighting one of these jacks, and this one I almost forget which one. No, wait. Okay, yeah, it was the omnipotent dog one. The Jack from our session. He was fighting like a lesser form of him, and then Jack got extra prototyped by dog powers, and then got outmatched and stabbed with his own sword. Pretty sure Daysprite was fighting with him and almost died too, but then it turned out he didn't. But now I'm at least 99% sure that Daysprite is definitely dead, and won't suddenly reappear as a stupid surprise or anything. I hate stupid surprises. Word. So he said he trained you. I'm guessing that means you knew what was coming? Or he knew what was coming? Or some things about your future at least. Seems that way. Not sure what he knew or how he knew it. All our guardians seemed to know bits and pieces of stuff and did vague, mysterious things to prepare. To this day, I have no idea if he was training me to fight Lord English or if he even knew who that guy was on any conscious level. Or it was more like generic purpose training to be able to survive some hard shit after the end of the world happened. You'd have to ask him, but that's impossible. I do know he managed to get the drop on a meteor before I entered the game. What? As far as I can tell, he stood on top of it and split it in half with his sword. Not to be too much of a wet blanket on that rad-as-fuck antidote, but that sounds kind of far-fetched. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? But then again, so does a baby getting dunked from space and the ocean, then floating on a weird doll, and then growing up by himself with no adults around. It's not far-fetched. It was pretty straightforward. I think I just found a building poking out of the water, climbed up, and then started foraging for food, foraging there like a feral infant. Supplies which I'm sure your adult self must have left behind for me, seeing as he clearly must have known some things about the future, too. Speaking of which, maybe it's your turn now. Yeah, okay. Questions about me. Let's see. Okay, first the fuck of all, what happened to Ben Stiller? He was deemed a heretic and crucified on the Washington Monument by some clowns? Wow. Due to his dedication to freedom and peace, he came to be seen as a martyr and then a holy figure. He was left on the monument as an example to all, but thousands of faithful gathered below to gaze up at his pious, sort of gaunt face. For years thereafter, his followers would carve stone busts of him in his memory, capturing the piercing glaze of his final expression. But they were all smashed to pieces by the presidential church. That religious movement didn't last very long. Rumor has it the batter which had a lot of experience crushing righteous insurrections. Did my adult self get pissed about Stiller? I bet he got pissed. Yeah, there was a whole series of final insults that led to his active rebellion instead of just producing subversive media. At one point, the witch remastered all of his films to clean up the shitty artifacts and release them in stunning high-def quality all over the world using a rational business model and everything. That really set him off. What the fuck? How fucking dare that woman? So then he tried to kill the Batter Witch, right? Who was the same exact alien as the Condescent in this session? Yes, same one. And yeah, he teamed up with Rose from the same era. They supposedly put up a good fight, but both died. So, does John know that he is literally about to go fight Betty Crocker yet, or what? I have no idea. I really don't know John at all, or any of your friends. I know Jane was the heiress to the Crocker brand, obviously. It is her name, after all. Was John the heir to that empire in his universe? Nah. I mean, not to my or his knowledge. He just fucking hated that company for some reason. I think his reason was literally as mundane as just being slightly overexposed to cake. That's classic John, though. He doesn't get pissed about anything except for the absolute dumbest shit. But I guess his instincts were right in this case. Maybe we should just not tell him that he's fighting Crocker? I think the poor dude has probably had enough mental breakdowns for one adventure. We all have. I'd like to get to know him. Not to mention Rose and Jade. Would have been nice to hang out and chat in a circumstance where we weren't supposed to prepare for an imminent deadly struggle. Yeah, well, I guess we could have hung out there for a few minutes longer. I mean, you wouldn't have got much out of Jade, who was stuck in perma-nap mode, just like old times, I guess. Huh? She used to sleep a lot. Ah. Which was Vriska's fault. But yeah, there wasn't much time except for like a bunch of haze and oh, nice to meet yous. And also, I think I would still have been a shitty train wreck socially if we all just hunkered down right then and there for another extensive round of freestyle pal talk. Right, I was kind of nervous about lingering there for more than a minute too, mainly because of Jake. I didn't want to make him uncomfortable. I think I've done enough of that. I guess Jake was kind of like your John of the group, huh? Wait, that was a pretty dumb observation. Never mind. Nah, sounds about right. It seems like John was your close buddy growing up and Jake was mine. John and I never really had anything like a falling out, except for not talking to each other for a few years, on account of being on a meteor and boat, respectively, but I guess you two had some buddy troubles or something? Yes, a lot of buddy troubles. I vaguely touched on it earlier. I was a really bad influence in his life. What happened? A lot of things that were mostly my fault. Basically, I think I bullied him into dating me, although I had plenty of help from my autoresponder. There were a lot of insane plans that he hatched on my behalf, but in fairness, I went along with them. To this day, I can't really tell how much of that bullshit was his doing and how much was mine, which I've just covered up through denial or selective memory. Wait, you dated Jake? Yeah, that didn't last long, though. It was really lopsided and kind of forced. So, What? Nothing, I think we're breaking one of the rules here. This tangent got too personal. Oh yeah, I forgot we weren't doing that. Anyway, carry on. You were asking about Adult Dave? Yeah, so that covers how he died, taking a feudal stand against some unbeatable foe. Can't say I'm too surprised about that, because what else is even new? What about his early life, though? I guess I arrived around the same year my bro did in my universe? Just came down on the same dead horse I rode in on, into a world full of opportunities. How did I get started? His early life isn't well documented. There's hardly anything to read about him until he broke into show business with a few obscure projects at the turn of the century. It all snowballed from there. I guess one thing we know for sure is I didn't find a kid in a crater and take him under my wing. That was probably for the best. Actually, maybe it's better that most of his story is left to my imagination. Kind of like how you said you spent a lot of time thinking about him, filling in the gaps of his ridiculous exploits. Right. There's certainly a lot of lore to work with, urban legends and such. Like what? Wait, don't tell me. At least not now, maybe down the road it will be cool to hear some. I think I'd prefer to fill in the blanks myself for a while. Really, it sounds dope as hell to imagine that sort of blank canvas life, dropped on Earth as a kid in the 70s or 80s or whatever, with no bossy adult to reel me in, and just having to figure stuff out, especially knowing that many years later it all worked out okay. Really, I wonder what I did. Was I like some homeless 80s ragamuffin? Jesus Christ, that sounds fairly adorable if so. Maybe I slept in an alley on a bed of Rubik's Cubes and Alf merchandise, or maybe I offered up my old school rap services for food. Like, through a shitty cardboard booth? You know, like the one from the fucking Charlie Brown comics. This is what the reference, FYI. Yes, exactly. This sounds like exactly the life for me. What if without a penny to my name and the wind at my back, I hopped a boxcar to the Big Apple, because as a dumb child I naively believed that's where they made all the apple juice? I'd be sorely disappointed when I got there, but it wouldn't matter because I'd probably scrape together a living off Broadway, like making shitty cartoons on stage and saying, "You guys, this will be so much funnier once the internet happens, trust me!" Then the aristocratic patrons of fine theater just shrug and dump their shillings into my orphan hat. Sounds to me like you've been reading up on the urban legends already. I wonder if he had, like, friends. It sounds like he knew a lot of people, at least later in life. Sure, I mean, I'm sure he knew Rose at some point, because obviously they teamed up, but as fairly old people? It sounds as though they only knew each other as a result of their notability. This seems likely. I mean more like the friends I grew up with. He couldn't have grown up with John or Jade as friends because they were already old by the time he got there. This cool 80s kid fantasy was probably just a lot lonelier than I've been picturing in my sweet daydreams. He didn't even have the mayor! God, what a nightmare now that I think about it. I wonder if all he cared about was making ludicrous shit and fighting evil pastry moguls. Do you know if he had any other interests? Like what? I don't know, did you ever read any urban legends about paleontology? Paleontology? Yes, the scientific study of dead shit. Not that I recall. I guess he probably didn't do anything with that. What a shame. Maybe he never even got the idea since he had completely different experiences, but if I were suddenly dropped back in the 20th century, I'd probably look into it at some point. I don't know how, though. I think it will be mainly like some sort of therapeutic interest, something relaxing to think about instead of a bunch of ironic and stupidly ambitious objectives. Yeah, like the porn bots. Yeah, exactly. Maybe someday when we're both old men, you can live a quiet life tending to your fossils, and I will do the same with my dear collection of simple-minded chat robots fixated on puppet ass. Sounds like the fucking life to me. What was the lightning round question this stemmed from again? I forget. You know, maybe we're tapering off with the lightning round stuff anyway, and it's just naturally deteriorating into regular dude chat. Maybe. You sure you don't have anything else before we say it's officially deteriorated? Okay, here's a curveball. What the fuck are you wearing? My Prince gear, you know, leggings, slippers, the poofy asshole pants, a hoop with some sort of cloth tiara embedded in it. Basic stuff for princes, apparently. Huh. Gotta say, some of these god tier ensembles just really are something. I thought I hated it at first, but over the couple of hours I spent flying back with time to think about all sorts of stuff, it kinda grew on me. The asshole pants are pretty damn comfortable, so I don't know if I even care how stupid they look. And I am kind of an asshole after all, so who am I to complain? I thought the same thing about my cape outfit at first. Felt like some bozo from the Renaissance Festival. Like, maybe I should get on a horse and sing a shitty ballad, but then it grew on me pretty quickly. Hardly ever took it off in 3 years. You're right, it's comfortable and they're fucking magic pajamas or whatever. And they start to feel like part of who you are after long enough. I mean, they're supposed to last you forever, right? Kind of by definition says they come along with immortality. Maybe part of their magical nature includes this insidious quality where they grow on you. Or not, I don't know. Maybe this is bullshit and I'll just wear some normal person clothes when this is all over. What about you? Are you going to wear god duds forever? Nah, I'm sure I'll wear regular stuff again at some point. If a shirt with a hat on it can be deemed regular. I'm cool with what you deeming it as such. Yeah, maybe you're right and we should all stop dressing like tools from an infinite magic slumber party for floundering teens and just look like standard floundering teens. Some of the get-ups are pretty out there. Jake's, though, damn. Yeah, that page costume. I'd have commented on it, except that it would have been casting a stone through a particularly fragile glass wardrobe, so I just flew away. Yeah, there was, some palatable awkwardness there. Sorry, I'm still trying to, like, wrap my head around... What? Damn it. Okay, I guess I might have to break one of our lightning round rules. Only a little, though, I hope. About what, the personal stuff? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, maybe I'm not even asking you anything. Maybe this is just a starting point to ramble to myself on a certain topic. I think there is a slight chance I may be the biggest idiot in the world. When it comes to understanding some things about my bro, some pieces I never really put together about him until maybe literally right now, which I think makes me an objective dumbass. What does this have to do with me and Jake? I don't know, nothing. Maybe I don't want to ask you anything about Jake. Maybe I'll just keep abiding by the code of basic dude manners on that. If I bother skirting the line of this rule, maybe I'd rather ask you other stuff instead. Like what? Like, say one of your best friends is a knucklehead you haven't seen in 3 years, and unless you use ultra-direct and explicit language, he just won't put two and two together himself. And also say another best friend is a girl you feel like you had kind of a special relationship with, but you also hadn't seen in 3 years, and she's asleep, but at some point she'll wake up and you'll have to talk to her. Ugh, this is dumb. I'm not making any sense. Let me start over. Okay, let's say, way back whenever, how did you tell your friends? And now that's just gone. Okay. Nepeta? Yeah. I mean, Dave? Yeah. Dave and Nepeta. Nepet Dave Sprite? Dave Peta. Sprite squared. LOL. Dave Peta Sprite squared. It is I, Arqueous Sprite, to the first power, which is to say Equius, and an artificial intelligence composite of your bro in the form of the cool broken sunglasses I'm wearing. Yeah, I know, dummy. How is this possible? How did you come to be? I don't know, some shit happened, was on a T-date, shook hands with myself, you know, basic fuckery. How did you come to be? Yes, that is a fair question. Some bullshucks happened, which made little to no sense, and now here I am. I can only presume that this was the case for you as well, given your incoherent and poorly developed anecdote. What you doing there, bro? Huh? Nothing, really. Just doing the final work for this session. Releasing the grist hordes. Nothing that matters now. Now that you're here. Yo, are you crying? Aw. Dave Peta, I apologize for the embarrassing secretions from this imperfect semi-organic form. How ironic that I spend virtually 100% of my time secreting liquid from virtually 100% of my body's surface area, and yet a few more drops from my eyes would cause me such shame. You're so fucking gross. I really missed you, dude. I missed you as well, or I would have had I permitted myself to think about you. Alas, I failed to protect you from an unpleasant clown in the most disgraceful way possible, much to the shame of my dead troll half, and much to the disgust of my digital human half. Hence, to the Nepeta portion of you, Dave Peta, I am so very strongly sorry. There's nothing to apologize for. Nepeta forgave you for that, and anyways, I'm not even her anymore. I guess Dave Sprite had some old issues with his bro he never really sorted out, but hey, I'm not him either. And you're not his bro or Equius. You're Arqueous, who is a new and cool and beautiful thing. And anyway, all those old troubles are feeling so overwhelmed by new and different emotions, and it's great. Yes, Dave Peta, you're right. It really is flippin' great. There you blubbering goddamn there you blubbering goddamn cutie. Dave Peta sniffs curiously at Arqueous' grody and emotional body. P.U. Dave Peta exclaims, recoiling like they were just using their muzzle to investigate the business end of a shitting dog. Where do you... I mean... Arqueous submitted this question to Dave Peta in the form of a third-person statement, thereby acknowledging once and for all that he is in no way above the childish nonsense of his former moirail. He, in fact, acknowledges by extension that he is not above anything or anyone and never was. Oh my god, yes! I mean, that was a good start, but also a little abstract, man. You should try incorporating some actual behaviors and actions into your RP things. Punch them up. Behaviors and actions. Yeah! Like, think, dude. How the hell is Dave Peta supposed to react cutely to some internal epiphany you're having? How's that shit externally telegraphed, bro? I see. I mean, Arqueous sees. Arqueus soon realizes he will need a truly unreasonable supply of fresh, dry towels to absorb the perspiration caused by 2 separate lifetimes of regrets and foolishness. He embarks on a mystical quest of the spirit through a land of his imaginations designed as a part of his personal alternative universe fiction. It is a mountainous land consisting of only fresh, perfectly folded white towels and rivers of milk running through its valleys. Yum yum! Yum yum indeed, he thinks to himself with his silicone brain, exactly 1 trillion times per second, for several seconds. But now is no time to sup from the streams of dairy. He gathers a heap of clean towels in his strapping arms, yes, these guns you see here, to astonishingly sinewy meat trunks clutched in uncertain rectangles of fabric, like tremendous baguettes of rippling, twitching protein tissue. That's certainly a way to describe arms. He reflects on his pair of powerful weapons with admiration and wonders quietly if Dave Pettit would like a complimentary ticket to the gun show. But due to his obscenely powerful mind, this thought took place in the blink of a microsecond, and he proceeds to have additional serially rapid cyber reveries, including, but not limited to, thoughts of fondness for Dave Pettit and some extremely complex genetic algorithms comparing the merits of various redemptive gestures, and Arqueus, you're RPing your eternal thought process again. Oh, sorry. It's okay for starting now. You'll get the hang of it if you keep at it. You being willing to try it all. Try is all that matters, and it's hella nice. Starts to purr a sick beat. You mean, like, a rap beat? Duh? Arqueus wonders if the purred rap beat is strictly in the hypothetical plane of roleplay, or if it will be an audible phenomenon taking place in reality soon. Dave Pettit gives a little knowing nod, as if to say, you bet your chiseled ass it'll be an audible phenomenon in reality soon. Arqueus begins flexing rhythmically, in time with the beat of the purred rap. This hypothetical role-playing action should also be regarded as a precursor to this deed being literally executed in reality. Dave Pettit starts dropping the illest purr beat you ever heard, but stops suddenly as they become mesmerized by the hypnotic flexing of Arqueus Wright's humongous muscles. Do you really like them? He says. I really do, they say. Would you like to touch my muscles, Dave Pettit? Yes, I believe I would. Then I must command you, please touch my muscles. Yes, okay. I won't take no for an answer, Dave Pettit. Touch my muscles. I said yes. Touch my muscles. Yes. Touch my muscles. Yes. Touch my muscles. Yes. Damn it, dude. Why don't we stop pussyfooting around and get down to the brass tacks? What brass tacks do you mean, Dave Pettit? I think you know. Dave Pettit, are you suggesting what I think you're suggesting? Mm-hmm. To be clear, are you insinuating that we attempt to execute a rare and hella sweet bro hug bump? Hell yes, I am. I'm insinuating that we attempt none other than that exact type of hug. Are you ready, dude? Yes! Let's do this thing! Yes! Let's make this shit work! Yes! We're doing it, man! We're making this happen! Yes! And now there's a flash of some sort. Ah, Jesus. Okay, so. And there it is! The greatest reunion in Homestuck history, nay, the greatest moment. It does not get better than this. It will not get better than this. At some point, possibly during the 5th or 6th loop of the above animation, which you can't seem to stop watching and listening to, a thought occurs to you. You think with a sense of relief, this is it. We made it. This one-page triumph has just retroactively vindicated the long and arduous journey behind it. Every bump in the road, every setback, every nagging doubt about the story's direction, every fucking time your waifu got the shaft, all of that just got wiped away in the blink of a tearful eye by the single greatest piece of media you have ever experienced. You can finally say with absolute conviction that it's all been worth it. It is all paid off. All roads, no matter how treacherous, brought you to this glory. Every obscure plot thread, every batshit twist, all that retcon stuff, the sprite squared shit, every bit of dubious narrative legerdemain, all of it. You now realize was designed with excruciating precision to achieve this singular, magnificent result. You'd be blown away in hindsight by these shocking feats of multi-threaded plot prestidigitation. I don't even know if I said that word right. If you weren't still transfixed by the looping animation. And your jaw would be hitting the floor by now, if not for the league's deep sense of tranquility welling inside your bosom now that you know Homestuck's audacious promise has been utterly fulfilled forever. You're now into your what is it, 11th, maybe 12th loop of the animation? You've lost track and it doesn't matter. What's the hurry, you wonder? What's the harm in camping on this page for a little while longer? What else do you have going on? Maybe it's time we face the facts. This is truly all you have. This is your life. Without breaking eye contact with your monitor, you find yourself reaching for your smartphone. Wait, why exactly am I doing this, you wonder? Why am I going for my phone? You are going for your phone because it's time to take a fucking picture, numbnuts! You decide that digital photography is the best way to make this shit last forever. You nod and go, oh, that makes sense, yeah. I'll definitely take a picture of this animation, which is looped at least 20 times by now. Make sure you get yourself in the picture, too, to prove you were there. You mumble, what? A selfie? Take a goddamn selfie of yourself posing next to page 9828 of MicrosoftPaintAdventures.com. As you contort your body to pose next to your screen and flip your camera to selfie mode, I continue my unhinged diatribe to instruct all other readers to do the same! I want to see selfies, people. I need to see your ridiculous mugs next to these two gently sobbing freaks, posted publicly on all your social media channels by the thousands. Not just a few thousand either, oh no. Like an old and wise meme once foretold, we're going to need to clear 9 big ones here. In fact, I'm going to need your selfies jacked up so far with 9,000, scientists will have to start inventing new numbers just to keep track. Choke the internet with your selfies or a horse as my witness. I will delete this fucking website. If I don't see enough selfies out there, I will scrub Homestuck from the Akashic servers and never speak its name again. I will then dedicate every shred of ingenuity, political influence, and worldly resources I have to releasing darkness on this planet. So post your selfies early. Post them often. Post them to save a modern literary masterpiece. Post them to save the lives of billions. But most of all, post them because you really want to, and we're probably going to do it anyway, even if I didn't say all this bullshit. Moving on. Hey, we're back! Or, hey, they're back! How'd it go? Went cool. Dropped Callie off with Jade plus Mayor. Gave Kanai a space egg. Shit is shaping the heck up. Nice! Hello, Hummingbird. Hey, what's happening to Skya? It looks like someone has finally released the grist. It's ready to receive Echidna's offering now. If someone is able to light the forge, that is. Oh, so... how do we do that again? In our session, by this time, it was trivial. Under present circumstances, I think it will be... tricky. Huh? Every magic ring I am aware of is currently in use, some by friends and some by foes. Oh. Well, I wouldn't worry about it right now. There are more pressing things to think about, like... fighting a lot of bad guys. By the way, where's Carcat? He's meditating. What? Meditating? Yes, inside a pretty and spiritual cave. It didn't really blitz his chakras, apparently. The fuck is a chakra? Shrug. Some soul junk that gets blitzed in the presence of a snake goddess? This doesn't sound like something Carcat would do. Are you sure this isn't some sort of bullshit? It's definitely true and not bullshit. Let's change the topic. Agreed. I think I speak for all of us when I say we've indulged in entirely enough bullshit already. Let's get on with this. John, you're our leader. And if you try to deny that one more time, so help me God, I will acrobatically pirouette so hard off this lily pad I'll perform a supersonic swan dive through Skya and impregnate the battlefield with my own incredulous torso. Now please tell us what to do. Wow, okay, I won't say I'm not your leader anymore, jeez. I think it's about time to get going. By my estimation, all the bad guys should be getting here any minute, so we should go find the cadets and ambush her. She's supposed to be on Durst, right? Yep. Alright, then let's go. I think we're as ready as we're going to get. We all have weapons, cool powers, a plan of attack, and most importantly of all, each other. Never forget, teamwork is our secret weapon here. Probably the most powerful weapon we have. Second only perhaps to the power of friendship itself. Remember that, guys. As long as we have teamwork, friendship, and cool powers on our side, we can't lose. You're my best friends ever. Rose and Roxy and Kanaya and Terezi and Dave and Jake and Carcat. And also Jane and Dirk and Jake and John. Hold on, Rose, I'm almost done. And Callie and Tadrose and Cat Rose and the sweaty guy, and probably not the clown in the fridge though. Oh yeah, and probably Friska. Oh, and the mayor. I think he's great too. Did I miss anybody? I think that's it. Anyway, I believe in you all, and I know we can do this together. Now, let's go kick some ass! That's some good shit. Very leadery. How was that, Rose? I don't know what I expected. Huh? Wait, did I say something dumb? No, it was fine. Roxy's right. It was very leadery, very John. I'm just wondering now, if you're really going to embrace this business of leadership, maybe you'd consider hiring a speechwriter. A speechwriter? I don't know, Rose. I think I'd be pretty bad at memorizing speeches, especially ones you wrote. Touché. Hey, Tarazi, you coming or what? What? What did you say? Get over here. It's almost time to fight. Dave, are you talking through your little foam ass again? What was that? I'm having trouble hearing you through the little foam ass. Hold on, let me push my... let me smush my ear up against it. Never mind, I'll be right there. What? Okay, everybody, sounds like Dave and his bro are ready. I'm gonna fly over there now. I hope you all have fun murdering your designated villains. Catch you later. Bye, idiot. Wow, John, chill out. Sorry, I guess I got carried away. No offense. Some taken. As everyone just looks at him. What? Gallo's calibrator began trolling Arachnid's grip. Hey, you there? I have no idea what voice I was using for Terezi. There are so many fucking women in this comic, I have completely lost track of what I've been making my vocal cords do. What is this? This is episode 143? It happens, I'm sorry. Guess you must be busy finding that weapon, or recruiting ghosts, or killing Lord English. Whatever it is you're doing out there, I just wanted to say a few things before I have to go fight. Actually, maybe it's better you aren't responding for now. Maybe I can finally say some things I want to say, that I might not have been able to when you were around. It's been a good few years. A much better time than I probably deserve to have, considering what I almost did. Thank God I didn't. Well, thank John, I guess. He's a good kid. They all are. Even these new schmucks. What a sweet and charming bunch of stupid losers. Don't fucking dare tell anyone I said that. But I love them all. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just can't say stuff like that directly to people. They certainly don't appear to have that They certainly don't appear to have that problem. And you never seem to have much trouble saying whatever was on your mind. Maybe that's why I have so much trouble with the idea of letting go of you. You aren't afraid of what's inside your mind. You always seem at ease with your own capacities, even if they lead you down a road of self-destruction. Like, yeah, we've clashed on stuff. I acted like it was all about ideals, and how mine were better or something, but maybe I was just pissed about your attitude of certainty, and angry at myself for not having it. I think it's something I needed in my life, even if it came from someone else, if only to keep me assured it's possible to feel that way. I know you think I'm weak for needing you, not that you'd ever tell me that. It's nice that you cared enough not to jab me about it, but I could always sense it, that you knew I depended more on you than you did on me, and you pity me for it. I mean, not like maliciously, you probably just see me as a bit tragic. You can't help it, and I don't blame you. I think spending time with all those cute goobers, and seeing how, when they're all together, they seem to, like, complete each other? I think it made me realize this about us, or about myself. I never felt whole. I still don't. And you made it so I didn't have to face that feeling for a while, at least. And now that I think I know this about myself, I think I get it. The feeling will probably never go away, only covered up at most, maybe. We could win this fight, create another universe, succeed in every way possible, and I'll still feel incomplete. Victory won't fix me, maybe nothing can. Maybe there's too little substance inside me to even be fixed. But at least I think I understand that now, and should be able to fight without having something gnaw at me. Something that felt unknowable and made me constantly wonder what I was doing wrong. I'm okay with living like that. Not going to pretend it wouldn't be nice to patch myself up somehow. Guess that ship sailed, though. Back in our session, in whatever way I botched my quest, or didn't reach God tier, or I don't even know what it was I did or didn't do. I guess that's the problem, isn't it? The mystery of it, the things I've supposedly done, good and bad in different realities. The mistakes I made, but can't learn from? Because I can't remember. Or the heroic things I supposedly did. Sacrifices I made to save you, to save everybody? Which tell me nothing about myself or what I'm really capable of because I can't remember. Maybe it's delusional of me to imagine that having another set of memories is going to make me feel more complete. I can't stop thinking about it, though. I guess it's always tempting to think there is one hidden answer to everything, no matter how fantastical or inaccessible. And if only you could find it, you'd finally have the perfect resolution to everything about yourself you can't stand. So I just keep wondering to myself that maybe if only I could just remember, I wouldn't have to feel like this. Wow. I wasn't expecting to tell you all that. I just wanted to catch you before you go off to battle and wish you luck. And to let you know how important you've been to me in a way that wasn't, like, clouded by our usual trash talk and mind games. I guess this is what you get for ignoring me for 2 seconds. A little too much reality from an idiot who's more messed up inside than she's ever let on. Anyway, later circuit. Gallus Calibrator sees trolling Arachnid's grip. No! No! Do not cry! Do not cry! Something's happening. Something's happening! It reminds me of, I don't remember the name for it. The kind of weird diagrams they make me use in sociology class. Terezi, remember. I'm going to move the microphone away from my head for this. So, it's been a couple of years since I've seen that, and that Flash made me cry. So I think this is probably a good stopping point for this episode. This has been Anashi Sasuke. This was episode 143 of Let's Read Homestuck. If you liked it, a like and a subscribe will be groovy. If you didn't, you wouldn't need to do either one of those things. I apologize for the glitchiness that the Flash had, since my computer probably doesn't like that I've been doing this at like 1 o'clock in the morning all week. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.